Barigani. Happy Kwanzaa, brothers and sisters. We'd like to welcome you all to this first night of Kwanzaa, the night of Umoja, unity. On behalf of S.H.A.P.E Community Center and the entire Houston community, we welcome you to this night of Kwanzaa. Remember, the night is Umoja. Umoja means unity. And we're going to start out by bringing an internationally renowned brother who's given so much to the community, to the world, to the universe. We're going to invite you, Brother Kofi Tahaka, the national chairperson of the National Black United Front. Brother Kofi.
Barigani, brothers and sisters.
Umoja.
My name is Kofi Tahaka. I have the privilege, the honor, and the responsibility of being the national chairman of the National Black United Front. It is fitting, it is right, it is proper on this first night of Kwanzaa that we ask for permission from an elder to proceed with our program. Do we have your permission, elders?
Yeah.
Thank you. It's fitting and proper to pour libation. This is a part of our tradition. It goes back thousands of years. If you're at home and you're watching this tonight, I want you to talk along with me. Because when I raise this Kikamba Cha Umoja, the unity cup, with water in it, and I pour it in to the plant, is symbolic. And we're asking for blessings from the Almighty Creator, however we define him or her to be. We're asking for the spirit and the energy of our holy ancestors, the Igungun, to come and join us and bless us in this Kwanzaa season. So I'm going to hold the water up, I'll pour it into the plant, and I know you're at home, and I want you to stand up and say it with me. We lift this libation up to the spirit of the divine, the one who has no beginning and the one who has no end. We listen to the beautiful drums because this is our heartbeat. And we ask that the spirit of the divine come and join us on the first night of Kwanzaa, December 26, 2020. We say Ashe.
Ashe.
We call on the spirit of our ancestors. There are great ones whose names that we know, but there are many whose names that we will never know, who laid the foundation for all of humanity in the arts, in the sciences, engineering, military, economics, every phase or every area of human endeavor. We ask that your spirit come and be with us in this time and in this space. We say Ashe.
Ashe.
We want to call on the spirit of those ancestors from right here in Houston. From right here in Houston, Texas. Those who have contributed to the mighty S.H.A.P.E Community Center. I want you to think about them, brothers and sisters. Think about those whose shoulders that we stand on. The room, the center is filled with their pictures. I want you to take a moment and think about them and how they touched your life when you were inside of the S.H.A.P.E Center. Whether you were part of the summer program or the after-school program or the organizing around social justice and human rights issues or service to our community. Think about those sisters and brothers. Elder Jean Wilkins Denver, Father Denver, Esther King, Mama Mary Delaney, Brother Ed Banks, Sister Inamoye Amar, Leah Becknell, Ayana Ade. Yes, think about them. Because we have the power to bring their energy down to be with us, to strengthen us as we go through the end of 2020. Susie Calloway. Mama and Father Parker, Brother Deloitte, mother and father, their ancestors. If it wasn't for them, there would be no him. If it wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't have the S.H.A.P.E Community Center the way we have it today. Think about your mother and father, your grandmother, your great uncle, your big mama, your pawpaw, the youth who we may feel have transcended too early. I know some of you have lost, or your children have transitioned before you. Think of those sisters and brothers and call on their spirit. We say, S.H.A.P.E. Finally, brothers and sisters, we want to bring forth that energy of those who are yet unborn, those who are about to come into the physical realm with a mission to better our situation as African people, as Black people, as all of humanity. We want to ask them on this first night, December 26, 2020, that their sacred and divine spirit be with us in this time and in this space, and that the Houston community, the Houston ancestors, those who have walked this path before us, keep whispering in our ear to do the right things, to practice the principles of Kwanzaa every day. They're with us. Let it be so. Let them be with us. We say S.H.A.P.E. S.H.A.P.E.
S.H.A.P.E.
S.H.A.P.E.
All right.
Brothers and sisters, those of you who are at home, those of you who are watching around the world, we have the great privilege to bring you a short message about Umoja, tonight's principle, unity. And we want to thank the Community Center, the S.H.A.P.E Community Center, for the opportunity to say a few words. Unity. How many times have you heard someone in our community say, we need to come together? Unity is what we need. It sounds good, doesn't it, brothers and sisters? Well, what is the practical ways that we can implement this into our lives? Can we talk for a minute? I want to share a few things with you, ideas that if you and I do them, I'm confident we can leave 2020 stronger than what we started, even with all that has happened. Let's talk about our family. What can we do in our family to promote unity? If we got some type of beef, some type of problem with our mother, father, brother, sister, niece, nephew, child, grandmother, it exists in most of our families. Today, you and I, we can reach out to our family and settle those differences. We can't go into 2021 not speaking to each other, holding on to things that may have happened this year or 20 years ago. It can begin with you and I today, changing how we are confronting challenges that exist within our own very family. Our neighborhood, the people who live physically around us. There's a lot being said about mutual aid societies. Are we checking on our neighbors? Do we have enough food? Can we pay our bills? Can we do the basic fundamentals of life, even in a circumstance where we have to social distance? One of our great ancestors, Sister Callie House, right after enslavement period, she started an organization that was calling for full and complete reparations. But she just wasn't focused on what other people owe us. She said we have to have mutual aid society. We can organize on our block, in our neighborhood, with our neighbor. And just like in our family, if there's some tension in the neighborhood, can we address that with each other so we can lessen the tension? Oh yeah, unity sounds really, really good. Organizations and formations. How can we come together? Our great ancestor, Minister Malcolm X, said we need to come together on the basis of what we have in common. On the basis of what we have in common. What I'm saying, sisters and brothers, is no matter what our religious, socioeconomic, political viewpoints are, if we search and we study and we look for points of agreement to highlight as opposed to our points of disagreement. In order to come together, sometimes we have to listen to some things that we don't necessarily believe or agree with, but we might agree on 50%, concentrate on the 50. We might agree on 70, concentrate on the 70, as opposed to those points that we disagree on. I want to talk, because it's 2020 and I'm about to close, this is a short message, about social media. We're in a digital age. What can we do to promote unity and collaboration relative to social media? See, on social media, it's easy for us to take pot shots at each other. You know what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? To make comments and critiques and all of that. Say, leave that in 2020. Before you type and post or press send to something, think about how it is that you will feel when somebody says that about you. Are we just being cowards with social media and saying things that we would never say face to face with each other? How about putting a positive word, if you're going to use it, if we're going to use it, how about putting a positive word on those platforms? And if we have any real constructive critique, call that person up. Call that group up. Talk to them and say, hey, Brother Kofi, the National Black United Front, y'all out here doing it, and I think y'all, this is how you can improve, or I think y'all wrong on some of these areas. But don't put our differences all out for the entire world to see. These are just a few things, brothers and sisters, that we can do on this first night of Kwanzaa, 2020, to leave it stronger than we began. We can go into 2021. In order to do that, we got to have respect. In approaching your family, your neighborhood, other groups, we got to approach each other from a level of respect. We got to do a little study. You ever put yourself in other people's shoes? That's how you build unity. Think about, what's that sister, brother going through? Look for points that we have in common over points of our disagreement. If we do all these things, I'm confident, as the national chairman of the National Black United Front, that we can be stronger in 2021 than we were in 2020. In the National Black United Front, we say forward ever, backwards never. And the principle of the day is Umoja, unity. Let's make it a reality.
And now we're going to bring that unity into light by lighting the first candle
Right on?
of Umoja,
Okay.
unity. We asked the national chair to light this candle. He gave us a message. I put some light on that message by lighting the candle of unity.
All right. This is for our unity, brothers and sisters.
Umoja, unity. The very first night of Kwanzaa, now we got some work to do. A whole lot of kazi. Kazi is the blackest of them all. Work is the blackest of them all. Hey, you know we coming live from S.H.A.P.E Community Center. The first night of Kwanzaa, you heard Brother Kofi Chahaka give you the message, and we lit the kanara, we lit the candle, we did all that good stuff. Now it's time for us to get into where it all started at. You know, it started with the D-R-U-M, the drum. It started with the drum. And guess what? We're going to celebrate tonight. We're going to have fun. You're going to get together with your family. We're going to do the right thing because, you know, it's time. So now let's hear and see our favorite group, Kumankele. Get that.